How's it, guys? And welcome back to Beyond the Hype. Today I got two questions. Blizzard, what are you doing? And gamers, what are you doing? Buckle up, these are my thoughts. Now let's just do a quick catch up for those that don't know. Overwatch 1 is a Blizzard style MOBA game where the main focus is PvP. Well, at the end of 2019, Blizzard announced that they're going to be making Overwatch 2. And Overwatch 2 is going to be focusing on PvE and with a big story mode and explaining all the lore of all the different characters with a complete skill tree and hero missions, and they were also going to update the PvP side of things, but PvE was the main aim of this sequel.
We will have a complete story experience featuring story missions.
Jumping forward 3 years later, Blizzard cancelled Overwatch 2. Well, not really cancelled it, but they cancelled the story mode.
It's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision for PvE that was shown in 2019.
So all players and fans of the game were asking then, what's the point of Overwatch 2? Well, I guess this is what it is now. Blizzard has announced that there will be PvE. There will be 3 missions to be specific, but those are going to be paid missions. And this comes on the back of them cancelling the PvE story mode and skill trees and hero mode that they said that they were going to do. So the one thing is clear, Blizzard has one of the biggest balls out there compared to any other developer or business. Now what's also important to mention is that Overwatch 1 was a fully priced game at $60. Overwatch 2 is free to play. Now we're first going to get into Blizzard and the announcement and why it's a little bit scummy, but following that we're also going to talk about gamers and their expectations and why sometimes I scratch my head at gamers. Now Overwatch Season 5 isn't even out yet, but they're already having plans for Season 6, and Season 6 is called Invasion, and that is the problem that's setting the internet ablaze, well, at least for the Blizzard fans. This time in Season 6, it will feature a 3 co-op PvE story mode with new enemies and massive maps and complex objectives and an in-depth storyline. Well, they say in-depth, so we don't know how in-depth it really is. And the first hands-on has confirmed that it's about 30-ish minutes. So what I can infer with this is that for those that have played Overwatch 1 and that have played the missions in Overwatch 1, I would say it's about 5 minutes longer than that Rio mission, which is the first mission that you can play in Overwatch 1. And if all 3 missions are that length, I mean, you know, it's about an hour 15 minutes of content. And Blizzard wants $15 for this. Now, it's not just the missions that you will get. The bundle includes permanent access to the Invasion story missions, 1,000 Overwatch coins equal to a premium battle pass of $10, a brand new Sojourn legendary skin worth $19. Now when it comes to the legendary skin for Sojourn, Blizzard themselves have priced that same skin at $10, and they just upped the price now to kind of make it seem like it's better value for this $15 bundle that you have to pay for the Invasion story missions. You also get permanent access to Sojourn as a playable hero, and you don't have to go through any of the whoops to actually unlock that hero anymore. So, you know, that's a good thing, Blizzard thinks. But the main issue that the internet has is not only that you have to pay for the story missions, you can't pay for the story missions only. You have to buy the bundle, right? And if you want to play with your friends also have to have that bundle. So when everybody got excited for the original announcement that Overwatch 2 is going to have a story mode, I want to know from you guys, from the Overwatch 2 players, when it comes to MOBAs and games like that, you get people that like to play with their friends, and then you get kind of like lone wolves that love the game and play these multiplayer games. They just play with random people all the time, and then you also get PvE players. Now, I want to know from the PvP guys, are you excited for the story missions? If you playing PvP and just enjoy the PvP, do you even care that they cancel the story mode in Overwatch 2? And for the PvE guys, they were very vocal in Overwatch 1 and wanted a story mode. and then obviously now your story mode got cancelled, and then they brought the story missions back, well, 3 of them, but you have to pay for it. Do you feel shafted that you aren't getting what you were promised, and what you have to pay for now is you have to pay for something that's less than what you were promised? Because for me, when I think of people that like PvE, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think a sizable number of PvE players don't like or don't care about playing with their friends or other people. So now Blizzard is now forcing you to play with other players to play the story missions, even though it's PvE, removing the choice for you to play as a single player. And if you don't have friends, Blizzard has also said that if there's not enough players in the queue for the story missions, you'll be grouped up with bots. PvE guys, are you happy to play with bots? So I think this is a very scummy thing to do. You first promised story mode, then you took the story mode away, and then you said, but there is a story mode, there's 3 stories, but you have to pay for them. Because remember, Overwatch 2 is free to play, but that's where it gets interesting. Now when you talk to gamers, and there's a game that comes out, you buy the game, $60, $70 nowadays, and there's microtransactions in the game. The number one thing you normally hear if people are going to complain about it is that they will say, oh god, this microtransactions, oh shit. I mean, I paid full price for this game, so I gave $70 for this, and these microtransactions. It's not even a free to play game, right? That's always what you hear from gamers. Now Overwatch 2 is a free to play game. So as soon as that happened, my first thought was, oh, the microtransactions are gonna go through the roof. And of course, that's what happened. Now, I'm not saying that gamers are surprised that there's microtransactions in a free-to-play game, but what did you expect is going to happen? Remember, Bobby's not a gamer. He doesn't care about you guys. And now that Overwatch 2 is free to play, I can see Bobby in that office, you know, saying, fuck him. I didn't want it to be a free-to-play game anyway. We were charging $60 for this game and now it's free-to-play, so we're gonna make as much money as we want and they can't complain. I mean, so even though I think it's scummy what Blizzard is doing, you have to also keep in mind it's a free-to-play game. Like, this is what you're going to get for a free-to-play game. I do not think charging for a mission is a good standard to be setting in the games industry. We've got enough problems to worry about than to also have businesses figure out that they can actually charge per mission. And remember, no one knows what the mission is going to be. It's like when you play a game, even a free-to-play game, there's a trailer out there and then they try to sell you with showing you what you're going to be able to do in the game and things like that. And then you buy the game, and that's for almost any product there is. Blizzard wants your $15 for these 3 missions without telling you anything about it. And I'm sure they're going to say, oh, but we're going to spoil everything. But you want my money. Then I want to know a little bit about what I'm going to be able to do with this. Now, maybe some of you have seen an interview or something where they actually explain each of the different missions. But so far, I haven't seen anything. Sometimes the games industry feels like it's selling you snake oil. Give me money without you knowing what you're going to get, but you're going to like it. So what's the point of this video? I don't know, it's just to temper everyone's expectations when it comes to a free-to-play game. Now, a lot of people that have bought the game, you know, Overwatch 1, they have a legitimate gripe because they paid $60 for the game, which is now Overwatch 2, and it's free to play, and now they're getting asked to spend more money on missions that was always free for them. And because Blizzard decided to change the game, they shit out of luck. So like I said, what I want to know from the Overwatch players, also stating if you're a PvP player, well, most people are forced to be PvP, but if you would like to be a PvE player, and if you're upset over this, and for the PvP players, do you care? Is this a big problem for you? Or are you just happy to just play the game the way the game is? And what was your expectations when it went free to play? This is how a business keeps the servers afloat. They have to make the money somewhere. Now there's better ways of making the money. That's what I have a problem with. Anyway, let me know in the comments. This is Beyond. Cheers.